Tuesday, February 4th, a rainy day of many. It's only going to crank up throughout your forecast, a little break here and there, but we're still tracking and talking about the possibility of several inches of rain for some folks. Extreme southeastern Kentucky, maybe several indeed. I'll outline your timeline, more details, watches, advisories, everything of that nature weather-wise in just a few moments. But indeed, a couple of inches of rain in totality over the next couple of days, likely for most everyone, and like I said, for some, maybe even more than that. So your weather, schools, and garbage. That's going to be our three main topics of discussion tonight. School leaders across eastern Kentucky faced with the decision again today as to whether or not to tough it out or let attendance levels dictate no school for the rest of the week. We'll have that for you in just a few moments as well. And McGoffin County received the lion's share of almost $1 million in funds to clean up illegal dumps. That's not necessarily a good thing in totality. We'll have that in an interview with the judge executive in just a few moments. A couple of things that we'll touch on briefly before we get to all of that. First off, the AP reporting that a Kentucky House committee has approved a state mandate requiring police officers to be armed, carrying their guns when they are assigned to protect our schools. The committee action earlier today leaves an update to last year's school safety law, just one vote away from clearing the legislature. The measure was approved by the House Education Committee by a significant margin. Some lawmakers representing Louisville objected to the state mandate, saying local school districts should decide whether or not their officers will be armed. Senate Bill 8 would also allow counselors as well as psychologists to meet the definition of school-based mental health service providers. This, of course, a follow-up from last year's considered sweeping school safety law in Kentucky. Here on a local note, our editor with the Sayersville Independent, Heather Oney, serves on the local census committee, and the United States Census Bureau tells her today that they are needing workers, part-time employees from McGoffin County to help with the upcoming census of 2020. Multiple positions, they say, are available. Numerous here in McGoffin County are paid $15 an hour and will get about 58 cents per mile in travel cost. Those wishing to apply can go online or attend the next job fair at the McGoffin County Public Library February the 18th from 10 until 2. I'll remind you when that gets closer. When we come back, how many schools will not be in session tomorrow, and it will not be weather related, although flooding issues, of course, could lead to that scenario in some places. We'll have that list for you in just a second. You know what's just around the corner? Valentine's Day, and for a very limited time, while they're getting ready for Valentine's Day, you can come in and get 50%, that's half off select home decor and 50% off women's winter clothing at Frazier's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop. It's a must-see sale at the Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville for a limited time. Half off women's winter clothing and home decor while it lasts. The Seasonal Shop. Come by or call 349-3223. Right now, for pennies on the dollar, a huge selection of like-new laptop computers, a fresh stock of video games, the Cadillac of dog tracking and training systems, new hunting rifles, accessories, and ammo. And they always stock, buy, sell, and pawn gold and silver coins and jewelry with a new selection just in at Parkway Gun and Pawn in Sayersville, 349 Pawn. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply, the region's largest inventory and lowest prices on feed for pets and livestock. And now they have Bernie, gear so warm you'll think it's summer, shirts and outerwear, overalls and more for gentlemen and ladies. And Tomahawk always has the best prices on pickup and delivery of gravel and rock that's dense grade all the way up to big class 3 and drain pipe 4 inches all the way up to 72 inches. Tomahawk Feed and Farm Supply in Sayersville at Red Light number 4.
At work, we do a lot of live shows with crowds. I used to sit up there and not really know who was looking at me. I was finally tired of contacts and glasses, tired of paying for contacts, and I just decided I need to get these eyes fixed. Able Eyes was great. If someone asked me if they should get LASIK, I would absolutely recommend it. At first, like many people, I'm hesitant, but after going to Able Eyes and they walk me through it, I know that it's a quick and painless process, and I recommend going to Able Eyes. They were the best.
Right now, you can take advantage of their lowest prices of the year at $1,800 per eye.
It can be one of the hardest parts of being a parent. You can beg them, bribe them, hold them down and try to force them, and sometimes you still can't get them to take their medicine. Well, problem solved at Parkway Pharmacy with Flavor X. Let your kids customize their medicine with some of the best flavors that really do taste great, and it's totally free with your child's prescription at Parkway Pharmacy. So stop the suffering, theirs and yours, for free, and get your Flavor X flavored medicines at Parkway Pharmacy in Salyersville. Has Logan Corporation got a deal for you? So the next time you need one, you have one. The fact is that Logan is manufacturing so many dump bodies that they're closing out forever their stock on brand new Honda generators and water pumps. They've got over 50 brand new units in the box with the factory warranty on sale right now at prices you can't find anywhere. 2-inch pumps, $300 and $400 off. 3-inch pumps, 4-inch water pumps, trash pumps, Honda generators, the quiet portable EU series and the 1,000 and 2,000 watt models, hundreds of dollars off. You can get an EU 1,000 25-pound generator for $642. Save almost $1,000 on their big EB 6,500 generator, with many more models available, all at prices lower than anywhere you're going to find online or elsewhere, guaranteed, at Logan Corporation, while they last. Floyd County, Johnson County, Knox, Perry, Pike, and Magoffin. Not all, but most of the schools which have been mulling attendance rates as of late, for the third time for the Magoffin County School District. Superintendent Scott Helton met with me earlier today and gave us the following statement in regards to the third decision they've had to make of this type in regards to canceling classes. School attendance rates for Magoffin County today among the very lowest in the region, among the lowest of all the other counties which will be out. Johnson County, of course, is also one of those school districts out for the rest of this week. Magoffin County as well forced to make the same call. It's a position that Superintendent Scott Helton says that he was afraid he was going to be in when they made this same decision last week, calling 3 days out for flu and flu-like illnesses.
I was kind of anticipating that we hadn't seen the worst yet. This is the third week in a row that we've experienced some sickness or some absenteeism because of sickness. And anticipating that we hadn't seen the worst, I was thinking that the flu, we hadn't really had a lot of reports, talking to the health department or some of the pharmacies, that we hadn't had a lot of reports for the flu, but knew it was in the area. So last week we tried 2 days and we were running in the low 80s for attendance. And then when some of the districts around us was experiencing the same problems and they start calling off school, and so we ended up having to call off for the last 3 days of this past week. Well, we got in school Monday and we were running about 88%. And so we decided we'd try one more day. Well, today it dropped to 83.9. And speaking with some of the surrounding superintendents around, some of them are experiencing the same thing. Some of them, their percentages may be a little bit higher, but some of them still experiencing the same things. I actually spoke with Breathitt and Johnson and Floyd and Martin and Pike and Lawrence counties, all those superintendents, and they're all experiencing the same thing. Some at a different scale than what we are, some a little worse than we are. But right now, we've had to make another decision, and we're trying to educate the children, but you got to have them here to educate them. And for whatever reason, our attendance has just not been there. If it's sickness or just whatever, we have some that out of fear that's afraid their children will get sick, and I understand that as a parent. But there comes a point where we're going to have to get some school in. We're going to take the rest of this week off, and we're going to go back and sanitize again, clean everything again, and shut everything down. We're canceling all non-essential activities. Anything that we can't make up, we're canceling. Everything else, I would encourage the parents to keep their children home. Avoid large groups of people, Walmarts, places like that. Just keep them home for the next few days. Let's try to get this thing out of the community and try to get us back into school. But right now, we're doing an NTI day on Wednesday. We're out on Thursday, no NTI on Thursday, but we're coming back with an NTI on Friday. So that's 2 days of NTI. We're doing a day, take a break, and then a day. And our closing day right now, last day for school after this week and being out this week, would be May 14th. So we're kind of okay on that schedule. Our biggest concern is our health of our children. We've got to get them healthy. We've got to get them back in school. We're in the push right now trying to get ready for assessment. Sometime this month we've got a digital assessment that's going to be broke out from the state. That's going to be a new trial assessment, and we've got to get ready for that. And then like everything else, the last 2 weeks of school, we take our final year of assessment, and we've got to get the push going towards that. But our big objective is to get them healthy.
Helton also says that for the third time, they will sanitize all schools, work over the course of the rest of the week and weekend to get it as clean and as bug-ridden as possible, if you will. My term, not his. He did also tell me in discussing that the Magoffin County's attendance rates today were among and very near the very worst for all those schools which are calling off classes. And he also says it's all for naught if parents and families don't help. In addition to what he said, keeping them at home, keeping them well, taking them to the doctor if they need be, but keeping them away from spread of flu and flu-like illnesses, and of course all the other things that go along with it at home are vitally important to them getting back into class and staying in class. It's not a scenario that they can continue to do. There will have to be a point to where they'll have to continue with classes, and that's what they're hoping to avoid in regards to doing so with even lower attendance than what they have now. Your Magoffin County Farm Bureau calendar is next. Your Magoffin County Judge Executive will be here in just a few moments. We'll take you out through the county, show you some illegal dumps and how much is going to be spent on cleaning them up, many of them again. First off, it's Happy Anniversary. Anniversary wishes kick off tonight's community calendar brought to you by Magoffin Farm Bureau, and it says please wish a happy, the happiest of 41st anniversaries to the best mom and dad ever. Happy anniversary, Bethel and Delbert Cousinal. Happy, happy, happy anniversary to you both. Happy 41st. This just in, the Magoffin County School District is looking for school bus drivers. If you like kids, you are a safe driver, need some employment, fulfilling employment, they are currently hiring substitute school bus drivers, offering a comprehensive training program, and after the completion of which you'll be a CDL licensed driver and a valuable member of their driving team. Substitute drivers are paid $15 an hour. Contact William Blankenship at 226-2660 or william.blankenship@magoffin.kyschools.us. Don't forget about the big spaghetti dinner coming up this week. The Brushy Fork Missionary Baptist Youth having a baked spaghetti fundraiser, a meal, dessert, all the fixings, and a drink, $10 Friday. They will deliver from 11 till 2. Call Sherry at 793-4556 or 884-3623. Then on Saturday, you can come in and eat at the church. Bring friends, loved ones from 5 to 7 for the dinner with all the desserts and music by Tones of Faith following, beginning at 7 o'clock Saturday evening. And Mysteries of the Bible, exploring the world of the Bible as archaeology illuminates the ancient texts. See artifacts from Abraham's day and through the centuries down to the time of Jesus. That's this Sunday, 6 o'clock at the Sagersville First Baptist Church. Sunday at 6 for Mysteries of the Bible. If you got an announcement you need it seen or heard, this is where you want it. Tell me and we'll tell everyone else about it. At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. We have finally done it. After years and years of extensive testing, we not only invented the chicken sandwich, we have perfected the chicken sandwich. Come and try it and love it with a big, famous dipped breast strip, pickles and mayonnaise, or however you like it fixed. And if you like, make it a double. Just make your way to Lee's to get it and grab a cookie while you're there. At your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe, where even our ice is famous. Don't drive or let your family drive in this or this before doing this. Stopping at Conley Tire in Staffordsville for brakes, oil, alignment, and of course, tires. Thousands of tires in stock every day to fit anything with 6 months no interest financing and over 33 years of quality service with a smile. Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785.
Are you tired of the same old cell phone? Want a brand new phone but really don't want to pay hundreds of dollars up front for it? Then Appalachian Wireless has the deal for you. Get the phone you actually want instead of settling for a cheaper phone with the Appalachian Advantage plan. Instead of paying $400 or more for the best phone, simply pay the taxes up front and a few bucks more on your monthly bill. Stop by your local Appalachian Wireless store or dealer today for more information. It's the better, simpler way to pay, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
I would definitely classify this as a good news, bad news situation. Good news is we got it. Bad news is we need it. That being a couple of $100,000 and then some in grant funds. As Governor Andy Beshear and the Energy and Environment Cabinet have announced $955,000 in grants to clean up 121 illegal dump sites in 21 Kentucky counties, with almost 1/4 of that entire amount coming to Magoffin County. Magoffin County Judge Executive was in studio earlier today, saying that he and his solid waste coordinator, Ashley Salyer, have spent months documenting all of Magoffin County's illegal dump sites, submitting a list of the 15 worst to get money to clean and remove those sites. He says realistically submitting that list of 15 initially with hopes of only getting about half of those actually funded.
It's a good thing that we're getting the money to clean these dumps up, but the reason that we're getting the money is the dumps, and that's a bad thing. It's terrible that, as beautiful as Magoffin County is, that it is speckled all across it, if you will, with these illegal dumps. And these are a handful of people in certain areas of the county that are doing this. The majority of the people would never go throw something over the hill like that, but we've got a certain segment of folks that they think that's okay. And it's very unfortunate. I could take this nearly $250,000 and replace 7 to 12 wooden bridges and make it safer for our school buses and our people to travel back and forth. I'd much rather be asking for money to do that than to have to clean up dumps. We're, like I said, we're a beautiful community. And if we're going to bring and entice business here, we got to be a clean community.
Wyman also says that with all of the recent flood damage and related FEMA projects consuming pretty much of his administration to date, the county is reaching the point where they can and will start to fight against and prosecute those for illegal dumping in Magoffin County. He also says that for this round of funding, Magoffin County has a 10% match, or about $26,000, and will also be responsible for reclamation of the sites as well, with the projects to begin in March and be completed by February of 2021.
What we'll be doing on the job sites, or the illegal dump sites, is obviously we'll be having manpower there. We hope to have some prison crews that we can send out to do a lot of the manual labor. Plus, we'll be having our staff out there, but we'll be using excavators and backhoes and dozers and dump trucks. And then once we get everything cleaned up, then we will reclaim it, if you will, by putting grass seed and landscaping or whatever needs to be done to put it back to as much as original state as possible.
Taking a quick look at those 15 approved illegal dump sites, the largest monetarily and collection-wise or garbage-wise is on Mine Fork at $64,036 for an estimated total project cost. Next in line, Long Creek Road at $50,496 on 2019, $30,000, 22, $18,000, and so on, all the way down to a few in the $3,000 range in several areas throughout Magoffin County. Once again, for a total of $225,240. Now let's spend some time talking about your weather. Let's talk about weather of the past before we talk about the present and future. Here's a little food for thought. We're talking about several inches of rainfall, possibly for some folks, certainly to our southeast more so than us, but significant rainfall adding up for us as well. But looking at our today's data and weather history, it wasn't the wet that we were worried about. It was indeed the cold. On this date in weather history, the National Weather Service takes us back to 1996, record-setting cold across eastern Kentucky. At Jackson, record low temperatures were set each day in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The coldest day today in the 4th, 8 below. 8 below and an afternoon high of 9 degrees. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the wet that we are expecting to see now and not the cold. Latest rainfall estimates do have us here in the viewing area hovering in the 2 to 2.5 inch rainfall amount, and you'll go a little farther southeast, 3 to 3.5. There are some computer models that are showing anywhere 4 to 5 inches of rain. I'm not feeling that right now. I'm going to hold on to 2 for us, maybe 3, and maybe 4, 4.5 for extreme southeastern Kentucky. With that in mind, showers continuing tonight will bottom out temperature-wise right around the 40-degree mark, so it's all a green scenario and not a white one on radar, and a wet one outside, obviously. Southwest winds anywhere from 6 to 8, but gusting upwards of 16, 17 miles per hour at times. And you'll notice at the bottom of your screen, close to it at least, rainfall estimates, or at least possibilities. Tonight, anywhere from a half to up to 3/4 of an inch possible. Tomorrow, during the day, maybe another 1/4 of an inch, but also maybe another 3/4 tomorrow night, so up to another inch of rainfall throughout the course of your Wednesday. We'll see showers, obviously, 44 degrees roughly, and a northeasterly wind, 5 to 7 on average, up to 16 miles per hour or so. And watch the 2 temperature swings that we've got, starting with tomorrow. Yeah, so 40 tonight, we'll hit about 44 tomorrow, and then we'll hit 59 by about 4 a.m. as all that warm air that we've been talking about surges in with all of this rain. So temperatures are going to climb from tomorrow's daytime high to the overnight low of about 59 degrees by 4 a.m. And then Thursday, they'll continue on up to about 60, 61. Thursday, more showers, maybe up to another half an inch of rainfall. Southwesterly winds anywhere from 7 to 25 miles per hour. Rain still continuing Thursday night, and Thursday night, as you saw, a low of 32, which means that might be when we see some changeover to snow. Friday as well, chance of rain and snow. cloudy and 37 Friday night. Still some moisture around, mostly cloudy, 30 degrees, a 20% chance of snow late. And for your weekend right now, Saturday, 42 and a 50% chance of some snow and rain during the course of your Saturday and your Saturday night. Accumulating snow, I think some folks might get in on it. I don't expect us to be among that group. We'll see. Sunday, still holding on to the 40s, a little more sunshine than we'll have seen by then for the past several days, but partly sunny, 45, 31 that night, a 20% chance of some rain and snow. That's pretty much early Sunday, I think a drier Sunday evening, but back to Monday, we'll see another chance of some precipitation in the form of rain, as we'll see mostly cloudy. 52 Monday, 43 that night, still rain and clouds. Tuesday of next week, still in the 50s, still cloudy, still a chance of rain. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. As always, thank you for spending a little time with us. We hope to see you back here tomorrow night.